Welcome back to this video, guys, and we have the second part of the event online, the under 5 stars event part where we can basically only play monsters under 5 stars, as the name indicates. We have not had this event before, I think. Let me know in the comments for anyone who's playing Master Duel longer than me, so 1 year longer, that would be from the start. But I think this is a new event. In this video I will show you the, in my opinion, 3 best decks, and then in another video that will come online in a few minutes after this, we will talk about the best budget decks. Obviously also talk about the loner decks that you can take to this event and win all the gems, have the most fun. So let's hop right in. So one deck for this event that is also very strong, as we have seen in the loner deck version, is the shark deck, because most of the bodies are under 5 stars and we have a lot of extra deck monsters that we can actually use, which is, I think, the most optimal thing about this deck right here. It's basically kind of unhit, and this is where I think this is one of the best choices that you can make. We are playing one great white shark, then we are playing a Duel and Lockbird. This is a very effective one, in my opinion, in this event. I will show you some other hand wraps that you can use throughout the other lists. I will show you, we are obviously playing the triple Ash Blossom here, and then we are playing a big shark package XYZ Remora, just as basically an extender. Then we are playing the Silent Angler. This is once again an extender that we can use to go into our rank 4 place here. We are obviously playing the Bass Shore Sark, one of the best sharks that we can play, and the kind of new surfacing Big Jaws. Obviously this is an ultra rare. I will come to the 7 cards in a second here, because I think there is some reason to maybe craft them if you don't have them, but I will talk about this in a second here. But Surfing Big Jaw is one of obviously the best cards that you can have in your opening hand. Then there's one Drake Shark, which is the monster that you want to search via the Surfing Big Jaws. Then we play one Hydrojack Shark, then triple Abyss Shark, and then one Crystal Shark. And then we are playing, and you can definitely switch this up if you wanted to, then we are playing some board breakers in the form of Darko. We are playing a Raigeki. We are playing a Monster Reborn, because we can make some of these guys with level 4 monsters, like general level 4 monsters, for example the Shark Drake. So it's not that unlikely that we can maybe play against the loner deck that also includes sharks, but also against other decks that have level 4s that we can then reborn, or our own monsters to basically go into our ranks, because our opponent will most likely try to keep us off 2 level 4 bodies, so we can revive one if we lose one. We are playing a triple tactics talents here, and then we have this package of triple 7 Ascension and triple 7 Tachyon. If you have them, you could also play pots, for example, if you don't have these. And here's the reason why I think these cards could not be bad, and also the reason why I, for example, hold 2 7 Ascensions when I drew them from a pack. I think a 7 Ascension is the less important one, while 7 Tachyon is the more important one, and 7 Tachyon will be a very relevant card in a Ryziel when it comes in the future. I think that we will play pure Ryziel here in Master Duel, not really the Fiendsmith variant. In the Fiendsmith variant this will not be as relevant, but because we already have Bonfire at 1/7, Tachyon will definitely be used in Ryziel until we get some other variants like Mitsurugi, where it might fade out over time. But a very important card, the 7th Ascension, can also be played just to have more access to 7 Tachyon, but this is more relevant at a time where 7 Tachyon will also get hit. Maybe this doesn't even happen. So 7 Ascension, definitely the card that is not as important, so I wouldn't go ahead and triple craft 7 Ascension. If you triple craft 7 Tachyon, and if you're wondering, 7 Ascension basically gets 7 Tachyon, so it's basically 6 copies of Tachyon. But the Tachyon here, which is a great starter, is basically what you can craft if you also want to play Ryziel. This is kind of a safe craft. I'm obviously always basically suggesting not crafting stuff for an event, but here it could be possible. Obviously you also need some of the water monsters. We have Aqua Jet Surface here once, then we have to Call by the Grave, triple Primer, draw a card that you will see in this event quite a lot, then 2 Infinite Impermanence and a Virtue Stream that we can search via our Le Virtue Dragon. If you have maybe the Atlantean Mermaid deck, then you might already have a lot of these water monsters. Some are also from the Legend pack, or however this is called, the free pack basically. For example, the Stealth Kraken you can get from the shop, from the Legacy pack, so this is something that you could already have. We are playing one number 32 Shark Drake, one Bahamut Shark, obviously a great card, one Abyss Dweller, also super great against some matchups that can come up in this event. Number 103 Ragnar Zero, 2 Stealth Krakens, and then the Kraken spawns that I think this guy can summon if he is destroyed. Yeah, you can summon these spawn cards here, which actually have 1/9 attack, which is quite a lot, and then you can use them obviously to kill the opponent. One full armored Utopic Ray Lancer, one Nash Knight, Knight, and then one XYZ Armor Fortress together with number C32 Shark Drake Leviathan and one CXYZ Nash Knight. Funnily enough, these are cards that we will use in the future with the Vanquish Soul K9 deck. I have made a video about this very cool deck in the past few days. I have it in the top right corner for you. So Shark, I think, is a very strong pick for this event. Another deck that you can take to the event, which I think is also very great, is Goblin Bikers, together with a combination of some other cards here. Goblin Bikers are very nice since they are basically unhit, and yeah, you can play them kind of full power. The extra deck is a bit hindered, I guess. We would play it differently if we could, but the main part of the deck is pretty much intact. We are playing Triple Tour Guide from the Underworld, a very good starter, as well as Speedroid, Terror Top, and the one Takatombok, which can get us into more level 3 bodies. This is the same idea with the Tour Guide from the Underworld, because our level 3 bodies make our monsters like the Goblin Biker Big Gabonga. Then we're playing one Psychic Welder and Psychic Tracker. Once again, these are cards that we are using as level 3 extenders. There is a little punk package that we can play right here, because these are also quite good level 3 cards. We have one Punk Madame Spider and then one Punk Wagon here. Then we are playing a Goblin Biker Duck Charger triple, as well as 2 Kletter Splotter, and then we are playing one Boomek, double Goblin Biker Mean Merciless, double Purulia and Fuvalos, very good cards in this event in general. Then we play the Duster, the Storm, so these are other options that you could play when it comes to breaking the board. You could also play something like Droplets and something like Book of Eclipse. This also obviously goes for the deck that I've shown you before. Reinforcement of the Army to search our starter like the Duck Charger. Then we have one Armored XYZ, Goblin Biker Grand Entrance to a Goblin Biker Grand Bash, Emergency Teleport as even more consistency. So this is where you could, for example, special summon these guys here as extenders. And then we have the Book of Eclipse. Once again, you can definitely change this up for whatever, hand traps, board breakers, you name it. I just wanted to show you a few different ones. The Droplet, then we have Goblin Biker Grand Breakout. You could play more if you wanted to, but this is once again an ultra rare, so not super necessary. Then we have an Infinite Permanency, another option for potential interruption. Once again, yeah, change these non-engine slots and cards out, whatever you like. Drone Lockbird, whatever, you name it, what you have, what you want to play. Then we have number 20 Giga Brilliant. So we basically play a lot of generic like XYZ3s that we could use for different situations. So if you're wondering why any of these cards is in here, just read them and then you understand which situation they could be for. One Totem Bird, one the Phantom Knight of Break Sword, and then one Cicada King, a nice negate. We have Armored Torpedo, we have Goblin Biker Big Gabonga, we have Goblin Biker Troika Guerriare, then one Downard Magician, we have one full armored Utopic Ray Lancer, then we have Digital Buck Korebak, then we have Drill Driver Vespenato, one XYZ Armor Fortress, and a full armored Dark Knight Lancer in our deck right here. And now let me show you the deck that might be the deck that you see the most, maybe might be the most toxic one, but definitely a strong option. And for the last pick, obviously there's a stun variant running around. You might have already seen this, maybe not. Then you will most likely see it more in the future. We have a stun variant here with the Pacifist, the Phantasm City, which is a very annoying spell that you can play, which constantly produces tokens and then gets you these cards, the Phantasm Spiral Battle or Phantasm Spiral Power. And then you have a lot of supporting traps that you can play right here. We are playing Mystery Shell Dragon, a really nice normal monster that we can also get via our Lordly Load or via our Raw, which funnily enough also makes something like Sword Soul Blackout live, which I will show you later on in another video. We have Ocean King, Dragon Lord, Kairushin, which this card is also Umi, and you know, while Umi is on the field, this is basically a floodgate, so pretty toxic here. You could put another one in if you have one, but this is an ultra rare. We are playing pots just to get to our Pacifism, the Phantasm City. This is the same reason why we play Demise of the Land, which basically gives us a field spell. This is the idea. Then we are playing the Lordly Load and the Raw to get to our normal monsters and resummon them, because this is 2000 attack. This is very effective. We're playing triple Torrential Tribute, then the Phantasm Spiral Battle, as well as Spiral Power. And the cool thing about this deck is it's also very cheap, so definitely a good option. Where it is a bit more expensive is with the Dominus traps. We are playing the triple Purge and the triple Impulse. We can play all of the traps, which is super nice. Also, it's very likely that we will have another trap engrave, which will make all of them being destruction traps, which is obviously great. We have Fists of the Unrivaled Tenny, which if you're wondering, we can activate this because this is a worm. We have our Draco Utopian Aura. This is a card that you can get from the structure deck. So this is a counter trap like Solemn Judgment basically, If you want to get more of these, be more effective, then you can just get them from the structure deck, but you might also just pick up one, or maybe you already have one. Then we have 2 Stygian Dirge, which you can definitely play 3 of. This is definitely one of the most annoying floodgates here in the event, reducing a level by 1. And then we have Crackdown. Once again, if you don't have this, maybe play one more Stygian. And then for the extra deck, it's not super important here, but we have assembled Nightingale, and then we also have a Bamboozling Gossip Shadow that you can make, a Bistradder you could potentially make, Time Thief Redoer, we have a Dugaris as well as Stealth Kraken, and once again the Kraken spawns. But once again, the extra deck isn't that important, as we will mainly control the game by all of this stun proportions here. These are the 3 decks which I think might be the strongest one in the event. In the next video I will show you budget options. Let me know in the comments what you are playing for the event, if you are excited, and everything else concerning the new event. I hope you have a lot of fun, collect the gems, enjoy your battles. We will see each other in the next one.